Hi everyone, how are we going? Just out on a very quick walk here now. What is it, Monday the 31st of July 2023. Yep, just out on a quick morning walk with the dog, having just dropped my son at school, and just thought I'd go out here. And as I'm walking along, I've got like as per usual, 100 different things going on in my mind at one time, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just quickly provide another quick progress update, given it is the last day of July. So yeah, maybe I can just report back by this video on a few things that I guess I've observed over the last week, over the last few months, and in my time so far as the new version of me. What is it now? So we're about 12 weeks in, thereabouts. And oh yeah, how about this spot? So yeah, we're in North Fremantle. There's a bit of a river there going back towards Fremantle that way. Mosman Park over here. There's a lovely path along the river here, which kind of leads you through Mosman Park back towards the city. And look at that sky. A few clouds around, but today's a much improved day compared to yesterday or on the weekend, where it was just miserable and rainy. And the beauty of Mondays, and my day off being a Monday, regular days off being a Monday, is pretty much get most of these places to myself, because every other fucker is at work. So they're bad luck, but lucky for, I guess, Barney and I. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Some people doing demolition on this, what probably was a nice, I guess, mansion overlooking the river just there. But as you do when you've probably got a lot of coin, you buy a house probably for several $1 million and then proceed to demolish it and maybe build something that probably doesn't look a hell of a lot different. I'm guessing with this place here is they're gutting the bits they don't like to put back something they do. But again, if you've got that kind of money, then that's what you do. Anyway, I'll carry on with my walk. I think when I started off this video, I did have some ideas in my mind, and as I've been distracted by thought of how the fucking hell do they afford all these homes, and then it made me kind of, I guess, reflect on, well, you know, it's probably come back to life choices, Troy. Life choices that they've made. Probably, I don't know, you're gonna get another row of big flashy homes and whatnot. Life choices that they've probably made themselves in order to get them to where they are now. So, you know, and I guess the reflection I have with that is one of my own is, it's the same thing for you, Troy. You've made life choices to get to where you are. And the pathways you follow, as I've got a choice here, there's a fork in a road. I'm going to head down the dirt one, because I've always preferred being on the unbeaten path as opposed to the sealed road that everyone seems to take. And that's my quick metaphor. The views, I think, well, the view on this path in my mind is a bit nicer. It's closer to the edge. There's a bit more risk and a bit more danger involved. Got more, i.e., there's a bit more, you know, trip hazards. But yeah, forks in a road, life choices and decisions, and you know, life will be what you make of it. I guess that's maybe where I'm going with this particular video today. Again, it's not where I wanted to start off, or not the idea I had in my mind when I first started off on the walk. I guess it's not a bad one. So, you know, my life, in terms of the choices that I've made, and I've been faced with many forks in the road throughout my journey to, you know, where I am now. Being a bit of a bull of the gate potentially, often heading down a path or an unsealed road. Look at these bloody houses. Sorry. Often heading off down a path without really even considering the consequences or what, you know, the risks that might be attached. That's probably a lot to do with me and I guess the condition that I have, and I guess, you know, those of you that have it as well. Myself being, you know, the full gamut in a sense of ADHD. Full gamut in terms of hyperactive, impulsive, inattentive, you know, it's all there, I've got it all. So yes, I don't know, as a quick little metaphor means something to me just now. It seems a bit corny, to be honest, but anyway, choices that I've made in life and the paths that I guess I've taken certainly can reflect and say that I've chosen on some occasions to maybe take the wrong path, probably the wrong path in terms of it's gone somewhere where it probably shouldn't have gone, you know, the road, things in the journey of life. I guess that particular thought that popped into my mind then made me think about more of my life story, really, in a sense of choices that I've made and paths that I've taken, and where has that put you, Troy? And I kind of reflect even just here now on some of those choices, and I think to myself as this lovely big boat goes past, I've never been a person that might have aspired to ever own a boat like that, but who knows, maybe one day. Can't really see it, to be honest. Have a caravan, that's a different story. Stay tuned and check out the videos because there'll be some stuff I'm sure in the channel here somewhere about caravans. But life choices and decisions that I've made and journeys that I've taken ended me up in a place where I am, and I can finally say it in a way that I'm actually authentically meaning it to myself now. And I guess I'm talking to myself as I'm saying this, which is an interesting observation, but as part of the journey that I've been going through, I think I do need to stand here and talk to myself for a moment. Mate, we've been through a lot together, bloody hell. We certainly throughout life haven't made things easy for ourselves, haven't made things easy for ourselves at all, in so many different ways and so many different times. But I could honestly stand here now, mate, and say, so goddamn proud of you. Proud of you in a sense that against all odds, basically it's against all odds, because it wouldn't have been predicted way back in the early days through school and growing up, adolescence and a teenager and whatnot, that it would not have ever been predicted that you would find yourself living in this environment here now, which you do call home. I was mapping out on my phone earlier, I guess throughout my life, the places where I've lived and the places where I grew up, and you couldn't get more removed from where I am here now. And I guess as a way of talking to the two versions of me, the version that was there before and the version that is here now, standing right here at this point in time. The version that was there before, it's still there, it's still kind of within the background of me. So yeah, mate, be proud of yourself, be kind to yourself, don't be so judgmental, don't be so critical of your past, things that have happened. My past is south of where I'm kind of pointing to now there, having grown up in southwest WA. Just all round, try and be kinder to yourself and pretty much everything you do, and as a result of being kinder to yourself, I'm sure you'll be kinder to everyone else. And so yeah, we've been coming here for years, right? A number of years. My son's about to turn 10. We've lived over in East Fremantle his whole entire life, and we often come over here, and I often stand at this point and I often look back and I look across, and I guess I've never really had the ability to pause my mind, the flurry of activity that's normally going on there and the overstimulation given the environment where I'm standing now, and there's birds and there's boats and there's people and there's stuff going on everywhere. I've never really had the ability previously to stand there and to pause and take a breath and take it all in and say to yourself, mate, well done. So proud of you. I said in the video a second ago that it wouldn't have ever been predicted. You've proven everyone wrong. Against all of the odds, life has been an absolute struggle up until this point in time. But now that we're on this brand new road, it's sealed, and there's people along the side of this road that it can help you if you put your hand up and ask for help yourself. Never done that before up until the age of 48. 4 months ago started putting my hand up saying yes, I do need help. The help has finally arrived, and so I can actually stand at this point here now and reflect on what was it that I was trying to think, possibly my subconscious, before, when I had been standing here. What was exactly it, Troy? Look at everything you've done and just be proud. They're all character building life experiences, and they are honestly things that you should be proud of. So maybe that's it. Maybe that was the point of today's video, was to stand here, take a look behind you, look in your past, take off your glasses, and check it out, mate, because it's been a hard old slog. Things haven't been easy, but against all of the odds, you know, you've ended up in a pretty bloody good place. Let's be proud of each other, both the old version and the new version. I certainly am proud, the new version speaking, proud of the old version, because, you know, the old version was fucking resilient and tough. Jesus Christ. The old version didn't have it easy, but never had it easy, but managed to fucking push through perseverance and all of that stuff. You managed to push through, mate. You've done exceptionally well. So well done. We are bloody proud of you. It's almost like I've got well, I've got two personalities. I've got the old version of me and the new version of me. The old version there popped up for a second. He's the one that's the, you know, the victim. The new one, the one that's confident. And again, they can both coexist. And the one that's a bit more sensitive and a bit more fragile just needs to listen to the one that's kinder and try not to be so negative on yourself. I watched something the other day about some person who basically, there was a video where the person had been talking to their psychologist or psychiatrist around getting help for themselves in a similar kind of way, where they've, you know, they were their own worst critic and their own worst enemy. And the strategy that they'd used or been given by their psychologist in terms of trying to conquer this, and they were fairly confident was achievable, was to, every time that they found themselves in a position where they were going to be critical to themselves, they need to imagine, potentially by calling on a phone or whatever it might be, whatever helped, but to imagine that they were giving that feedback to a best friend or their parents or whoever, someone that was close to them, to their children. So imagine they were giving that feedback to someone else, and reflect on that, and to think then, would it be acceptable to give that feedback to someone else? Pretty much know what the answer to that could be. And then think to yourself for a second, why would you do that to yourself? I guess I've thought about that a lot since I watched that a few days ago, and I thought, that's a strategy I need to develop for myself. So I'm standing here a second ago having this sensitive person, the kind person, talking to each other, and I think it is a strategy just to represent it there now. You might have thought I was acting, but I fucking wasn't acting. That was me communicating between the two people, the kind one and the fragile person that's been there forever, the new one that's only been here for 4 months. That's a strategy that I've started doing in the last week or so, and I'm going to try and keep it up. Maybe I'll report back in the future, newer version, updated version of myself, and kind of give an update maybe on how that's going, because that in itself is a pretty bloody cool strategy, and it's not one that I've ever been able to do before. But having seen it in action there just now, as another boat goes past, I think it's a police boat, as an example of how that was effective, it's just kind of, yeah, astonishing, to be honest. Anyway, quite cool. I've often, since having watched it the other day, I've been thought about how can I kind of incorporate that into my life, but I've proven to myself just now that it does work, so I'm going to try and keep it up. Anyway, I'm going to pause at this point and turn off as we watch that boat just tootle along. I'm going to pause here now get on with my day, because it must be getting on a bit, and I really done not much at all apart from talk to this bloody memory device and be on this walk, which I've got a few things on, being my day off today, life maintenance day. A few things that I do need to get on with, as opposed to just standing here in this glorious sunshine. Anyway, I'm going to say bye for now. See you on the next one.